Hi there, this is Granddad Got Mojo, and this is a Sansar tutorial. It's really something probably maybe not a lot of people will do, but it's something I did, so I thought I'd make a tutorial. Uh, my background is Unreal Engine in terms of world developing, especially the last couple of years. So I had some assets that I labored to get into Unreal Engine, and so I thought, I wonder if I can go ahead and move those assets over to um, Sansar. So this tutorial will show you how to get the model that's inside of Unreal Engine and get it over to Sansar using 3ds Max. And it'll go over a couple of things that a couple of my other tutorials also go over in terms of how to prepare the model in 3ds Max to load correctly to Sansar. Well, here's my model in Unreal Engine. And so what I'm going to do is it's selected right now, so I'm going to go ahead and export it. So I'm going to export the selected, and there it is to FBX, and I'm going to export it to 3ds Max import. Now, because I'm going to actually import it into 3ds Max after it's left Unreal Engine. Now, I'm going to name it to something useful, and this is a mall, so we'll call it the mall. Now here it is, FBX. You don't really want to go to FBX because FBX won't retain materials in its current export from Unreal Engine. It only exports geometry. So there is the old object format, the wave front object format. So if you say object, it'll come and it'll say, hey, do you want to take the materials with you into the object file? And the answer is yes. You know, it actually built an MTL file, if you guys remember that from other 3D modeling. So I'll say yes. It took a couple of minutes for it to save and export the OBJ file. So we're done right now with Unreal Engine. So let's go ahead and get over here. This is 3ds Max, our old friend. We're going to go ahead and import what we just created, and it's a mall here. So we'll go ahead and open it. And I imported as a single mesh. Go ahead and just click import. And it'll import pretty fast. And there it is. Now, you could go ahead and straighten this up if you want to. Not that important to where I'm at right now. So I'm going to go ahead and because I can obviously move it inside of Sansar. Well, the first thing you're going to have to go do is there's a number of things, and we'll go over those in specific. First thing I always do is get in here and select tools over here on the right hand side, and the tool isn't listed, but say more. Go say resource collector, which is I've got another tutorial in this, but anyway. And it should, did I not select it? I guess I didn't select it. I didn't double click it or say okay. And it puts resource collector down here in the bottom here. It asks you where to put it, and I'm just going to let it go into archives. You create a special folder if you wanted to. Say begin. It says that, although that error doesn't really mean anything. And if I go look in documents here, I got them under 3ds Max, archives. There they are. There's a set of BMP files. Well, we know that's not going to work. So I use an app called Image Batch, which is free on the internet. And I'll go ahead and open Image Batch. And it's like this. And basically what it does is it allows you to go take a whole directory of containing one format, graphics format, and translate it to another. So I'm going to take, what is this in here? I'm going to take the thing from archives. So that would be underneath this PC, documents, 3ds Max, archives. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I wouldn't get it from there. I would get it from 3ds Max. And these are stored here in, good question, where are they? In import, under game, under starter content, under materials. And how did I know that? Well, I know when it imports, that's where it puts it. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a way to find that in 3ds Max. So let's go look at that real quick first. And you probably know how to do this, but I go ahead into the material editor, which is up here, and it's got all these. And as I go look at it, I can go look at, go ahead and select that material, and it's got a map to it. Go ahead and select the map, and then go look in here. There's the documents, 3ds Max. Okay, this is an archives, so never mind. I went to the wrong place. So it actually was when it opened it up in the right place. So that's where that sits. So if I go open up IMB batch again, go look at archives. There they are. That's input. And you can output it to archives as well. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Oops. Sorry, open the wrong one. This PC, documents, 3ds Max, archives. And I'm going to go ahead and format conversion down here, and I'm going to convert BMPs to PNGs. I'm going to start. And there she goes. There's 10 of them, so it's going to create PNGs here. So, pretty quick. So I'll get back in here. And as we saw here before, if I go back to the mall map here, and if I go look at this first one, for example, I look at wall, I look at wood floor, walnut polished. So look at the map, and it's wood, wood floor, walnut polished BMP. Go select that, find the wood floor polished right here. Wood floor polished BMP. Right next it'll be the PNG that you just converted, so just double click that and it'll change it, you see here, to the PNG. So you do that for all the materials, and I'm not gonna here is looking for the normal map, so I'll go ahead and change it to as well to the wood polished, this one, wood floor walnut. That's worn, so wood floor walnut dash S right here. So there. So anyway, I'm not going to bore everybody with how to get there. So go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've saved all the materials, changed them all to PNG files. So the other thing you need to go do before we save it is go ahead and scale it, because the centimeters is the default scale, the scale for Unreal Engine. I don't think you can change it, actually. You may be able to, but I've never tried. So centimeters to meters, obviously, is what it is in Sansar. So you've got to do some scaling here. So select scale, and right click, and in order to go do that, you say 1%, because it acts differently than it expects. So you go ahead and scale it by 1%. Boom. So there you go. It's pretty small now, so now go ahead and make sure it's placed. It could move, but it's right in the center now still. So now you've got it set up, even though I could zoom in on it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. The export right now, I'm going to export it to FBX, and I'm going to call it mall. And the normal parameters out of 3ds Max you select to Sansar, And so now I'm going to go ahead and upload it. Browse to it. It's called Mall. And I'll upload it and see you in a sec. Okay, I'm back. It's uploaded. Close it. And we'll bring it into the world. And looks like I took my whole world here. And let's go ahead and crank it around. Looks a little big still, so maybe I didn't quite get the scaling right, but I can scale down here. Let's see how, yeah, maybe a little bit. So if I go to properties, I can scale down a little bit inside of here, and you might have to do a little bit of adjusting. Let's say that looks about right. Maybe a little bit less. So there it is, and you can see my windows didn't come through, so that means my transparent material, which was just default, and it was probably using a transparency, just saying 0% opacity inside of the 3ds Max. I didn't even notice that. You can't do that and get by with it in Sansar. You have to actually use a PNG that's a transparent material in order to upload it. So I'll go fix that, but it gives you the idea of what it takes to go ahead and get something uploaded from Unreal Engine into, oh, there it is. My mall's still too big, so we'll go ahead and crank him down a little bit even more. I kind of remember it being 5 might work here. So here, that looks better. So that's what I got for getting Unreal Engine to Sansar. Thanks for watching.